OK, we're here to push ourselves today. It's really important. Let's get after them. Let's really pressure them. Go forward, if nothing else. Just be really positive, really intense in your action. Then we can start the momentum.
Roses on red. Red! Roses!
Everybody has got a chance to go to the World Cup. You've got to get your best game on the field, because if you don't, you run the risk of not making the squad. The opportunity's there for them, and they've got to take it.
If you come in here, you can grab your kit.
Woo!
Get changed.
Is it in alphabetical order or?
That would be very sensible, Jess, but
Okay.
I like to make
Back
it a
it,
game
Sarah.
where you
Okay.
just got to, like...
Yeah,
hope to
it's
get it out of
Jenga.
the
It's Jenga.
bottom.
You've got to take them out without.
Yeah.
Oh, you're having me on. That's it.
Yeah.
Now, here we go. Move my foot. Thank you.
This is my first ever hit box.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh,
How are you?
Yeah, all right, darling.
Good.
Hi, friend. How are you?
I'm okay.
So exciting!
No, I'm not trying it all on now. I'm just stressing about the size.
Are you comfy to squat in them?
Yeah.
The fact when our schedule came out and they'd titled it differently, so they titled it like Road to the World Cup, everything like that is it's just different.
That's it, perfect.
We're putting on the actual World Cup kit that has the logo on it, stuff like that. So, yeah, it starts to get a bit more serious.
We've been to a World Cup and we lost it. Losing that World Cup to New Zealand, that was a tough lesson. What we've been able to do is remain tight and focused, manage to keep momentum, know what we're going towards, and actually keep the girls on that journey.
The Red Roses, they're #1 in the world.
We won't be great until we win that World Cup in New Zealand.
Do I think about that? Yeah, absolutely, I think about that. I want us to be that great side. I want us to be revered as the best England side that I ever played. 100%.
I think for me, the day that I got injured and the conversation I first had with the physio, and they were worried about my ACL, PCL. As soon as you hear those two kind of ligaments in your knee injury being said, like that's a season-ending injury. So my World Cup was kind of over in my head. So when I actually went for my scan and my scan came back and it was only an MCL grade 2, obviously I was like, right result.
Oh my God.
I'm not even pressing that hard, mate.
You really are, Emily. I'm not lying
She
to
hates
you.
her hamstrings.
Takes an hour and a half, so how you win. Yeah.
Emily, I don't think I can deal with this right now. This is
lovely.
really sore.
Yeah, obviously, with a knee injury, the medics have done a great job with her, and we need her back fit and on the pitch as soon as possible.
So tomorrow's plan is you're going to do some speed drills and you're going to run.
Ooh.
And then you're going to be in scrums.
Right, okay.
Because relatively, I think the biggest challenge for this knee is when you get into the main field sessions, reacting off other people.
Yeah.
I don't think we need to go slow on that. You're coping so well.
So we're going real aggressive. That is going to be an ongoing feature as we go through to the World Cup. We want to improve our attacking threat efficiency, just get better at taking our chances. We've got to give ourselves a little bit more opportunity to play on that front foot with that momentum. Okay, so let's be really sharp. Let's move quickly. Let's make sure that we're really accurate what we do, as we would see in a match situation. Start with a pass! Go, go, go!
You're always looking to see what your real strength is, what creates your strength. I think the unity of the squad is a real strength. They are great players, and they are pretty ferocious in terms of their expectation. They won't accept anything but the best.
I think we've got such a ruthless mindset. We need that mentality to get us in the best position possible to go and win in New Zealand.
So we've got to think about what are the principles of the game, OK? Forward first.
Just because we've gone from one drill to another, that doesn't mean we take our foot off the gas. Everybody's in a hole. That's 79th minute when you've got a leg drive through the contact. That's what we need in these games.
This is what I've dreamt of. You dream of your first cap, then you dream of probably playing at Twickenham, and then I think you dream of a World Cup.
Get it up on the blue! Get it up on the blue! All the way through, all the way through, all the way through, good!
My legs actually really hurt. We've got selection coming up, and then you panic a little bit, don't you?
Yeah, I think it's tough because we don't know when selection is going to be.
I don't know when it is.
Like
That's the pressure. That's the pressure in itself, isn't it?
Yeah, I said to you earlier, I was like, well, it could be tomorrow.
Yeah. I personally don't think about how much time we've got left.
This camp, and then we go into prep for the warm-up game, and then we've got 4 days off, and then we're going. Yeah.
My heart's just raced.
Yeah.
I didn't realise it was like that. Oh God, that's intense, isn't it?
Yeah.
I reckon we'll get phone calls or emails.
Like an official email. It's like when you get your GCSEs and it's like, oh, like who's got...
With the letter and you pull it out and then you're like, yeah, nice. And then you're like, yeah, what did you get?
Yeah. Or imagine they just make like a new WhatsApp group chat, World Cup squad, and you're in it.
Yeah, but imagine if you didn't know that that had happened and you weren't going, and then everyone's chatting on a different chat and you were like, sorry, what's this? Like, yeah, sorry, mate, you're not selected. That would actually just be brutal. I've just put in my head that you're either getting a plane ticket or you're not.
Yeah.
Are you excited? I think you're excited, actually.
My mum's here.
Is she? Oh, that's super cute. The responsibility of becoming a role model has increased significantly, like say with the increase of social media, the increase of exposure on TV. And I think it's something that we feel like is so important to try and inspire that next generation of Red Roses.
I remember my debut quite fondly, looking around the change room and looking at the players I was going to be playing with, like Martin Curry and Johnny Wilkinson. My debut was 2005 and they'd won the World Cup in 2003, and I'm looking around going, am I good enough to be playing with these sort of guys? So, very nervous before the game, knowing there's 80-odd thousand people outside. But the size of the stadium, when you run out, it's quite a shock when you're here for the first time. Yeah, it's an incredible feeling. The dream is, in the next 2 or 3 years, hopefully the girls can experience playing here in front of a full Twickenham crowd.
Hey, how are you, little man? Want me to sign this to you? Yeah. Come on, then.
Yes, please.
So that's the aim, that's the goal. Something that they're trying to grow the game towards. Be amazing for the girls.
Here we go! All purples against all blues. It might momentum game from the 15 to the 15.
Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go!
Same way, fast, come on. Fast, fast, fast.
Let's punch lower.
Tackle, tackle. Set. Keep going, squeeze it, here's the ball. Yes, break.
Go.
Break. Go, go, go.
Let's not be loose, guys. 3 instances there, we looked after the ball. Don't force the play. Like, what was that?
It's a bit of a circus, isn't it?
Mate, complete. Listen up, we're playing lateral before we're playing forward, right? I don't want flying balls over the top. If we're not hitting the balls with momentum, carry and create momentum, right? Because we're throwing speculators left, right and centre. Guys, what have we just talked about? What have we just talked about?
Let's go, let's get forward.
Our decision-making with the ball is rubbish. Wow, I don't think we could train any worse than we're training at this moment in time. This has not been a good session for us, yeah? It's really important we do not confuse effort with achievement, right? And we didn't achieve a right lot today. This group is not going to be together much longer. Whatever you do this weekend, do it with the thought of being the best you can be on Monday morning when you arrive, okay? Because we are on the home stretch, yeah?
Good morning. We've just woken up. Ellie had a 5-minute cold, no, 5 minute, 30-second cold shower and then hot shower. This is my organised mess. My casuals just stay in there. Bras, pants and socks. And then like, okay, my pals are a bit messed up. It's been quite nice just actually getting to know each other as people rather than just as rugby players. So we were talking about boyfriends last night. We were talking about, well, just lots of gossip.
Training camp is intense. You're with the same people for a prolonged period of time, but you love it. We've got such a great team. You've got to bond together off field in order to battle together on field.
I hit a new hellhole today.
The bonds that you get with your teammates can actually make you feel like a family member. Like, it's very special.
That best not be water in there.
Yeah, ice.
Safety first.
I genuinely don't think I would be the person I was without having rugby and being in this incredible England team.
Hold down.
Rosie is a workhorse on the pitch. She'll put her body on the line. She definitely is a motivator, someone that will be there for you, like, through anything.
So I guess my rugby career kind of took off because I started that touch tournament. Henry was playing with all his MGS boys.
That's right.
And I was pulled in because girls scored extra points. I think as soon as I started rugby, it just felt like a completely different social environment and something that I actually really enjoyed.
At that time, girls' rugby, women's rugby was still in its sort of infancy, wasn't it? And
yeah.
I never really thought I'd have one of my daughters. Bear in mind, my 2 boys played a lot of rugby, having my daughter playing rugby as well. So I was a bit sort of unsure about whether it was the right decision at the time.
A debut, Rosie Gallagher.
2019, you got that first cap in Ireland, and I remember watching and listening to the national anthem with a little tear in my eye in your first cap, and then you then had 3 tough years, really.
Yeah.
So
they were tough. I've never really I've spoken about it so much with other people, but I've never really spoken about it with the 2 people that actually went through it all with me.
Well, the meningitis episode was pretty scary.
I took one look at you and thought, there's something wrong here. So I rang 111 and they immediately said they were going to send an ambulance. And at that stage, still makes me emotional. It was really quite traumatic actually, but they knew things weren't right. So you managed to walk down the stairs and get into the ambulance.
Yeah, they said on a scale of 1 to 10 how sorry you are. I was like, I've never felt this pain in my life. And so that was quite a pinnacle moment, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a very surreal moment, really, wasn't it? You know, 1 minute you're out running around as fit as a fiddle, playing sport, enjoying life, and next minute you're in hospital, not being able to walk.
They said if I came in 1 day later, I would have lost my legs. That's when it hit me that it was actually a lot more serious than what I thought it was. I think that was the hardest time for me, was like knowing I'd survived, but then having to start from scratch and build my way back up.
You've learned a lot, you've grown up a lot, and again, the setbacks made you stronger and more determined. And the fact that you're now in a good place to challenge for a World Cup squad place in 2022 is testament to the work you've put in and how you've demonstrated that you're worthy of a place in the squad.
Yeah. Rosie Gallagher, I mean, outstanding. Had meningitis and then in severe injury, so really all those battling qualities coming out in the pitch today.
What do you think you were like when you came into the Six Nations squad?
I think then it was more like a fuck it attitude, but now I have to back it up. Like I've made my mark as such, and now it's more like, how can I now get myself and my attitude more and more savage without having to really fight for it?
Yeah, good, I like it. And to be honest, that's what it's going to take. That like, there's some good competition in your position.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's. I just think that was so refreshing to listen to that, because it's like this is a player who's not deluding herself, who knows exactly where she sits and exactly what she's got to do. The key bit is, can you do it? Can you get it out of you?
I've really been nervous coming into camp. I can feel, that we're in test week now. There's a psychology part you've got to switch from. We're no longer in training mode. I think as players, they want to play in every game. They're always going to be disappointed if they don't get selected. No matter how many times they're involved with England, when it comes to the selection, they become incredibly nervous about it because they care. There's a mixture of excitement, anxiety, and I think once we get the selection on the table, people will settle a little bit. But it's international week, and ultimately, if you can't get switched on for it, then you're in the wrong job.
It's clearly a really big week for lots and lots of reasons. Really important that everybody understands what we're going after this week. This is test match week, okay? We're going up against a group who fancy the chances. So let's make sure our preparation is the very best it can be. We've got to be on it mentally, absolutely on it. Let's set the standard in this session for the rest of the week, right? This is a big week for us, right? It proper starts today, yeah? Okay, right, let's go. Into your units.
Squeeze that lift up a bit.
It's going to be a good team, whatever we put out.
Good work, good chat.
I think there's some players in there who may be surprised that they're playing, and some players who may be surprised that they're not playing. To me, it's probably as important this week how the players who don't get selected react as the players who do get selected. And if it's a shit attitude, particularly if it's a shit attitude in the borderline, they won't go.
Yeah, good work!
When you get to New Zealand, you need players who are squad players. We're going to be watching people like a hawk.
I just kind of want to get back out there quite desperately. What I'm hoping for is that when I do get back on the pitch, I can really get back all the skill set that I have been able to use and do for the last couple of months.
During the Six Nations in the Wales game at Gloucester, Abby Dow broke her leg. Abby's injury was a significant leg break. So they put a rod through the bone to be able to get it more aligned.
The low that I hit probably in hospital was like, it was rubbish. Like, I was really, really rubbish. I had my mum wiping my bum. Like, and now I'm walking around being a human.
Right, let's roll.
Because it's such a pressure deadline almost on this injury, it's quite easy to be like, I can't not be going intent. Like, I can't lose a session, because if I've lost a session, then it's even tighter.
What you just said there about knowing your deadline, it's really clear and obvious like why you get up in the morning. You look like you've just got real purpose with all your actions.
Just last thing from me, I mean, I just think your attitude's been brilliant. The energy you've had around the place, and now you're a glowing example, I think, of how you handle a really serious setback. Well done, mate.
Good work, Anne.
Great attitude.
Thank you very much, everyone.
So the biggest risk we have at the moment, after you having your screws out, is just making sure that this doesn't get infected, basically.
What does this impact my chances with the World Cup and everything?
So we said from the very beginning we could try as hard as possible. This is a 6 to 9 month injury, and still not make it, all right? With Abby, literally every day counts. She has to make progress as we go towards the flight date. So we really are a race against the clock.
Go on, Abs, let's go.
Come on! Come on, now you're gonna fight, now you're gonna fight, now you're gonna fight. Come on, keep going, go on, Abs! Come on, come on, come on, come on, Abby! Come on, come on, come on, come on! Keep it on, keep it on, keep it on, keep it on, keep it on! Yes!
We're stopping with a second to go.
I know, I'm sorry.
Come on.
I'm sorry. I think it would have been so regretful if we didn't try. I want to make sure that I've put both feet forward as much as I can. I'm proud that I've tried so far, and I want to continue to try for what little time we have left.
Now we fight! 5 seconds, now we fight! Come on, Abby! Come on! Come on, come on, come on! Keep going, keep going, keep going!
Yeah, it's 5:16.
Oh, cramp! Cramp!
Where?
Ow! 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 Oh my God. Oh. Jesus Christ, the cramp. They're not okay. Oh my God. Chop them off. Just chop them off. Oh. Fuck that shit.
Is this the sheet we've got sent through?
Yeah, you go through one.
Okay.
USA squad.
Yes. It looks like it's visually right.
Yeah, happy.
Yeah, I think so. All spelled correctly. All good to go.
Just make sure it's definitely going to you.
Yeah, please, to me. Okay, have I got it? Yeah. Hi all, congratulations to those selected for the game against USA. Nice.
Done.
All done. Phone down, run away. Whew.
Welcome, as always. It's nice to be all back together. We've got Simon and Emily on the call this morning. When you're ready, we can get underway.
Looking at the game this weekend, tell us, what is the purpose of this fixture against the USA?
I think it's a little bit of a discovery game in terms of just some final choices. We've seen an awful lot of players in training, but we just want to see them in a game situation now. So there's a few combinations we want to look at. There's some individual performances we want to look at. And off the back of this, we're probably going to make some 50-50 calls on the squad. That's probably the biggest thing.
Let's not be those pricks that just because we're selected means that we drop off here. Yeah, it happens week in, week out. It's not this week.
The selection came out at 9 o'clock and
I looked at the 7 because you always look at your number first, and I wasn't there, and Sadia was starting 7.
Fucking leg drive through the contact, really good presentation, yeah? Let's play quick rugby.
We don't need to see Marley, and we don't need to see Sunter in this game.
On 3, Corals. 1, 2, 3, Corals!
We often go behind, well, we know what you can deliver, and when it comes to the big game, you're going to be selected. But they just want to play every game. So they'll be desperately disappointed. But I think they get the bigger picture.
Edge players, make sure you keep calling about short side reloads, yeah?
It's really hard with selection. Trying to overthink what the coaches are thinking is just not good for you as a player. But I think we're so close to a World Cup, they need to see some of these players that are playing. They need to make sure that they're up to where they need to be to go onto the plane. But for me, I just need to make sure, like, when my opportunity comes, that I take it.
There's some real close calls at the moment, so the game at the weekend is a great opportunity for players to put their hand up and show what they can do in a match situation as opposed to a training situation.
Selection came out this week and I'm playing, but you double think it, like, is it that they need to see me more because they're unsure whether they want to, like, take me to the World Cup, or is it that, you know, they have confidence in me and they just want me to get some, like, game time? All those uncertainties are still there.
Well done, Sadia. That's what we want from Sadia.
My first emotion was, yeah, right, I'm happy. Marley congratulated me after the team sheet came out. Obviously, we're both fighting for the same one shirt on the team sheet.
Let's get the intensity up here in our defence. Red zone D.
The message for the players who aren't selected will be, this is your opportunity. We're looking for players to step up.
That's our best session by a mile, is that. You know, and we've had some decent ones, all right? And we'll have some better ones to come for sure. If you display that attitude, OK, there will not be a problem. Absolutely outstanding. Both teams going absolutely hammer and tong. Good work, girls.
Red, 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 rises!
It's been quite rare having a day off in camp, because obviously in pre-season we've been, you know, going pretty hard for 4 or 5 days at a time, and then our days off are at home. But we haven't really had a day off in camp together.
No.
What, since the last competition, really?
Yeah, since Six Nations.
I think it's crazy how quickly it's coming around. Like,
mental.
I looked at the calendar the other day and I was like, wow, we really don't have much time before. You know, obviously this week's going to fly by with the USA game, and then it's literally selection, we find out, and then that's it.
Anyone that plays sport representing your country, it's just so hard to sum up what that feeling's like, that it's the honour, the pride, like when you get your shirt on shirt prayers, and like I'll always like make sure I turn and look at the front of it, because I'm like, this is playing for England, the Red Rose.
It's the best job in the world, and we're very lucky to do it, and to do it with your mates as well is pretty incredible.
Here comes England, led by Sarah Hunter, as she heads into her 15th Six Nations.
Sarah Hunter is like, she's the ultimate Red Rose.
Sarah Hunter. This is Sarah Hunter, princess.
Hello, I've got lovely Sarah as well.
Hi, she's lovely.
347 caps for England.
The biggest honour that I've ever had is to be asked to be captain of my country.
Sarah Hunter is not only the captain, she's the driving force in the side. She's the player who steps forward.
Hunter.
You need somebody to step forward.
I always have to contribute to the team, and I think that's vitally important.
Her dedication over the years to not only be the player she is, but the leader she is phenomenal.
She's got so much experience. She's been there, done that, got the T-shirt.
She's hugely influential. She leads from the front in everything she does.
Let's see how far we can go. When we think we're done, how much more have we got to go?
She's amazing. I've learned an awful lot from her.
And she's always there for you, which I think is so important as a captain.
I respect her hugely. And she's probably the most professional player I've ever met, male or female.
Wearing the red rose is the absolute pinnacle. It's something which is really special because, you know, you never want to stop wearing it, but at some point you will. So it's about savouring every time that you do pull on the shirt, enjoying it, taking in those moments because, you know, we're very lucky to do so. Okay, and in shirt number 1, we have Hannah Bottoman on cap number 29.
The squad will, you know, make a point of congratulating that person by a means of round of applause, really. Some whooping and hollering, some songs. It has got a bit more animated than it ever used to be. But that's really nice. Like, that's kind of like the coming together and the celebrating of those 23 players that have been selected.
You get a few goosebumps when your name's called out, you get sweaty palms just before it.
Number 4 is Rosie Gallagher on cap 7.
Really special moment. Like, I don't think for anyone it probably gets any less special going up and getting your shirt. The next time I get nervous, it'll be standing on the pitch just before the whistle goes and just try and breathe through it and think, I've done all the prep, it's just about going out there now and doing it. I need to pack my bags, just making sure that I'm prepared, really. I have forgot my shirt once at Six Nations. I had to run back into the hotel, but that will be going straight in my bag tonight, ready for tomorrow. I'm excited. Match day travel, warm up, training kit. And obviously my shirt.
You know what I love? Is everyone's like this rushing.
And then the boots. Anthem jacket. And then, yeah, that's me done. Ready to play a game of rugby.
I was so Night borrow? Yes, please. I mean, the brush is what I'm looking for. Do you want me to do a section?
Lark, Fleeto, Vicky Cornborough.
Yeah. She's a secret platter.
She's a secret platter.
We have platters that are like outwardly like will do anyone's hair, and we'll have people that don't really like doing it because it doesn't really like, it's not really their routine, which you can completely understand.
It's quite a lot.
Yeah. So they're like secret platters. Like they have a couple of people that they'll go to. Sadia, secret platter.
Yeah.
I want to brush like this bit.
But then, yeah, that's fine. This bit's fine.
Yeah.
But not this bit, because this bit's going to be out of the...
Oh, I see.
I see.
Fussy client.
Yeah, it's like business in the front and then it's party in the back.
This might be in Paris Fashion Week next year.
It is really important. Like for me, I have a ridiculous neck fringe, which is like, so like imagine a fringe.
It's not confession time.
Yeah, it's fine. It's like a fringe out the back of my head. So if I don't get to the back plait that you'll see quite a lot of us have, is actually show you the neck fringe. So I don't really want to, but
you didn't have to bring it up at all.
No, I know, but I'm just explaining the importance. So it's like just this little bit of hair that just doesn't go anywhere. So yeah, I get that plaited up.
Part of it is how it looks, but there is sometimes some functionality to it.
Yeah, keeping it out of my face.
Yeah, but then inevitably, first tackle just goes pff, and you're like, oh, yeah. Why did I bother?
Intensity, physicality, and urgency. So they'll think they can out-energise us. They'll think they're going to be more physical than us. The key bit is we chase everything down. It's not about playing the USA today, okay? It's about us demonstrating where we're at. Don't leave anything out there. No regrets, no what-ifs. Go out there, be the best version of yourself today, yeah? Okay.
This is my first time being in such a high pressure environment. Like, there's nothing bigger than going to the World Cup.
It is one of those things that is so unstable. Like, I could be back to work in 2 weeks' time, or I could be on a plane to New Zealand. So you've got a goal, but you don't know whether you're going to reach that goal.
Simplicity. Yeah, whatever that means to you, carrying fucking hard, getting behind somebody, urgency to the breakdown, whatever that means to you, you do it. Whatever your job is, you fucking do it. Roses on red. Roses!
Shot, boss. Yeah, boss, outstanding. Well done, Ellie. Great work, Ellie. Mate, she's been outstanding, Ellie, this week, physically.
Nothing hits like the first game of the season. Your mouth's dry, you're breathing frantically. Oh, good God, what is happening?
Oh, that's nicely done.
Yeah, good ball, good work. That's the play. Oh, man alive.
The housemates, Scarrett and Hunt, in different rooms just then.
We just look like we're playing a gear down. We need to just gear up a bit. Go on, go on, go on. Keep going, keep going. Oh. So just tell them, forward first, yeah? Even if we kick low and keep it in field.
Guys, before you run off, just ball and play time up. Even if it's kick long and keep on. Message delivered, Mitch.
Cabella was there as well.
Cabella's defence has been unbelievable this half.
Yeah, I'm feeling a little bit nervous. I think the nerves come from the fact that I know there's potential for me to show the coaches what I can do.
That's all. Friday's turned it over. Yes.
As much as Marley Packer is kind of glued into the England 7 shirt, Cabella pressing very hard to join that bunch on the plate.
For me, I want to showcase my physicality, like in attack and in defence. Try and get involved in the game as much as possible and see if I can get those outcomes.
Let's go, Jess! Very few stop Jess Breach.
Oh, that's a good read. That's a good read.
And look at the body positions, look at England's shape, driving through, unstoppable scoring. And it is Gallagher who comes up with it in the end.
For me personally, it's just about making sure I do my jobs well and then trying to have that little bit of extra wow factor just to try and showcase what I can do.
You don't have a try and you have penalty against you for obstruction.
Oh, you are having a laugh.
Oh, that's going to be gutting. Your first England try, all of that hard work.
There is a lot of anxiety around a World Cup selection because of the gravity of them. Ultimately, it's a subjective decision by the coach, and that is completely out of your control. Sometimes that's really hard because a different person in that role might have picked you.
Great work, Sadia. Come on, chop in again. No, chop in again and we'll get him. We've got him now if we shift it. Brilliant try, that was an outstanding team try. Yeah, I'm pretty pleased. I've been really nervous all week. I think whether it's because we haven't played for a while or so much sort of riding on the game for individuals and us collectively see where we're at. And it's a big game for us. It's 24 wins on the bounce. And, nobody should scoff at that. It's a new world record, and you want to be a team that goes down in history, you've got to make history. And they have today, so pretty pleased with that.
We had a sleep on things. We just need to nail this World Cup squad. I think you have to pick every player as if they could be playing in the World Cup final. And if it's somebody of more fringe players, you have to pick players who could be playing in the World Cup final at the drop of a hat.
It's been an evolving selection dilemma since July. It's a big call.
Selections are always really weird and hard because you're really happy on one side of it and you're absolutely gutted for the people that haven't made it.
I'm so nervous.
Jess, she's up against some unbelievable competition, so she's got to prove that she wants the shirt.
But I think Jess showing what Jess does. If you get a half break, there was no doubt she was going to finish that. For me, she's in.
Yeah, okay.
Jess, are you going?
Yeah.
Sunter.
No-brainer, yes.
Yeah.
Right, come on.
Captain Sunter.
Yay! What are you doing, Rosie?
Rosie Gallagher.
Yeah, been really impressed with her. But her intent to carry hard, she looks fit. Definitely on the plane.
Fair play, Rosie, I'd say. She's been absolutely outstanding. Scaz.
She brings the physical, so for me, she'd be in.
I agree, mate. Big game player. Okay, so, Mo.
I just think in terms of the way that we play, unfortunately for her, I think that's put her slightly behind.
You know, there's some girls that have missed out. One of them was Mo. She's my best friend, basically. And so to know how much she's hurting, yeah, it's been really emotional. As someone who's not particularly emotional, I found it quite difficult.
Abby Dow.
Her at her best is a world-class player. The graph that she's been put in, been really encouraged with where she's at.
There's certain things she's got to tick off before she gets on the plane. But as things stand at the moment, she's good to go.
I mean, going to a World Cup is always going to be a dream. So getting that selection, it does mean everything to me right now.
Marley.
She was probably on the back foot a little bit just because of the bumps she's had.
And Cabella. Cabella's performance. Yeah. She's not had competition like she's got now for a long, long time.
Oh my God!
Sadia Cabella.
To make 32 tackles in her test.
Mate, I've never seen that.
It's incredible.
I've never even seen anything close to that, what she did against USA. She plays on her own emotions, does Marley, and she's just a good leader, isn't she? Good leader of people. Excellent. Marley, she's going.
Sorry up, but she's given us a headache in terms of
definitely
which way we go.
Yeah, and one of the toughest calls for sure. Sadia in.
Oh, don't cry. Oh, sweetie.
Yeah, on the road to New Zealand.
We're leaving some unbelievable players back here, but that's an unbelievable squad.
Yeah.
Another red rose blooms in front of us. You're going to the World Cup in New Zealand. Congratulations. How do you feel?
Thank you. Yeah, absolutely over the moon.
Can't wait to watch. We wish you the best of luck.
We're just excited to get out there and play some rugby and hopefully bring back a medal.
It's still not quite sunk in. I think it won't sunk in properly until I'm in the airport and getting on that plane. Leaving Oliver, I knew I was always going to do in this journey. being in New Zealand in a time zone being so different is probably going to be the tough bit, because I'm going to be sleeping most of the time he's awake. But I'm going to write him an email of just like what I've been up to and just like letting him know. So actually it's not just a thing that like he can read now, but in years' time, like he'll always have that and know that like even though I was away doing my job, that I was always thinking about him.
Sport can be cruel, sport can be kind, but you can only write the script so far. I know when we go down to New Zealand, there'll be so many other teams who will want exactly the same as us. The opportunity is absolutely incredible, and for me, that's what drives me every single day, to ensure that I'm doing everything I can to give us the best shot of winning that World Cup.